Another Mastermind hit.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy 420. 420 Live Ohio is now live. We are having a technical difficulty with the live comments. And looks like my dog is trying to tell me she needs to go out. Explain how it got better. I'll be waiting. I have already renewed my card once and it only cost me $125. Now I'm up for renewal. Hey Alicia, good to see you here. Explain how I got better. Well, first off, what's everybody medicating on? Oh, I'm trying to see what my doggy's doing, so bear with me a second. Okay, she's all right. I thought she might be wanting me to take her outside. So we got a lot of news to get to today. So hey Jeffrey, you gotta go out? My dog's working my nerves today. You better stop, doggy. Hey Little Mac, I see you guys in here, man. You better stop messing with me right now, dog. She's trying to work my nerves right now. But let's see here. I'm trying to figure out why my comments aren't coming up on the screen. So hang tight for just a second. Yep, still trying to get YouTube comments to come up. Okay, anyway, so I can see you guys on here. It's just extremely a lot harder. What's up, Mr. Alexander? I'm having a technical problem with the comments here. I done paid all this money for this program, and I'm gonna be contacting them today and being like, why is it that my comments aren't working during my live show? 'Cause it just makes it harder for me. And it's just giving me some weird error message that I don't want to waste time figuring it out. So let me check another screen here with you guys. I apologize about that. It's just hard for me to see what everybody's saying because I had to go back and forth. All right, so let's see here. Live chat. Okay, all right. So yeah, I've got you guys' comments here. Hey, can a man go eat? What's going on, buddy? Hey, Tamiko. Hey, Thin Lizzy. We're just getting warmed up. What is everybody medicating on? I got me some Yuzu Purple. So let me break you guys off with the first piece of breaking news. Yuzu Purple has been discontinued. The plant died. So you heard it right there. If you didn't get any Yuzu Purple yet, you better go get some if you liked it. If you didn't like it, oh well. But that's just the news I have. Also, if you didn't know, there are some Woodward strains that are out there, but they're going fast. See, it's plastic sometimes. It's hard to really get off, especially when you're having technical difficulties. Yeah, I mean, this is really a pain sometimes to get this plastic off. Anybody else have trouble getting the plastic off of the wrappers here? Yeah, some Motor Breath and some Sunday Driver, some Captain Cake. Okay, that sounds really great. Let's see. So, yeah, okay, so, hey, Herbie, got some layer cake? Okay, layer cake in the house. Okay, okay. What about you, Mr. Alexander? You still in here? What you got? Ooh, got me some yuzu purple. Okay, so let's start talking about the most important thing that has happened today, and that is the fact that the patient registry has changed. What do I mean by that? What I mean is that now you can actually see how many days you have left, and so that's going to be a huge benefit for a lot of people who were having trouble getting into their registry. And I'm going to pull it up here, try to show y'all exactly what I'm talking about here. See if I can show y'all my screen real quick. Oh, update. So, but before I talk about the registry thing, I want to talk about something else that's happening in real time. And that's this situation with this email that they're sending out that's about your phone number, and this has a direct impact on you being able to shop at the dispensary. So I think it's really important for me to go ahead and discuss that first, because the registry thing is great, but this is a little bit more important. So got this email today, and as you can see, it is in very teeny tiny itty bitty print. Who can read that, right? So it says, update, medical marijuana profile guidance now available. The Ohio Medical Marijuana Control Program requires that all dispensaries ensure that patients have complete recommendations prior to sale. Per the Ohio Rules OAC Ordinance 3796:6-3-08, patient must have a complete recommendation which includes a full name, residential address, and phone number. Patients who do not have a phone number included with their registration are advised to do one of the following. Visit the Ohio Medical Cannabis Registry and log in using their email address and password. Once logged in, the patient can edit their demographics and add their phone number in the appropriate field. For more information, visit the website. Then it says here, and I'm not seeing your comments right now, but I'll look at them in a second. It says patients do not have a phone number including registration are advised, and then it says contact the recommended physician and have them fix it. So to determine if your profile is missing a phone number or to update your phone number in the registry, the board finally created a quick reference guide that can be accessed by visiting this link. Okay, again, more teeny tiny print that I can't hardly see, that you can't even hardly see. Okay, the Ohio Medical Marijuana Control Program required to send your patient. Okay, we already went over that. So it's repeated the same exact thing. To determine if the registration includes a phone number, patient should complete the following steps. So you log in, and they must have used their own account or something for this example. Why is it redacted? Why didn't they just put Jane Doe in there? I don't understand these folks. And once logged in, look for phone field. Listed below should be patient's mailing address. Well, we really don't know if it's in there or not because this is blank on this example. If the phone field is blank, click edit button, and on the bottom right hand side of the patient demographics box, enter a valid phone number and in the phone number field and click save changes. And important, if the phone number field is already complete on the patient's profile and includes the correct phone number, no action is needed. Patients who are unable to complete this task should contact their CTR. That's actually your recommended physician. Nobody knows what the hell a CTR is. It's your recommending physician, and request that the registration be updated on that end. So let's talk about this a little bit. And where did my chat bots go? All right, so I'm showing y'all's chat here, what y'all saying. Here's the deal. Based on reading that, you say, oh, I'm not worried about that. Wrong. you need to be worried about this, because we tried to order some at the dispensary today, and guess what? The order was canceled because they claimed that the phone number was missing from the profile, and they were wrong. The number was on the profile. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is that you need to be checking your profile to make sure number's on there. And before you go to the dispensary again, you need to make sure that the dispensary that you're going to has the number on their side, so that you don't get there and find out your order has been canceled because the number is not on your profile when it is already on your profile. You guys understand what I'm saying to you? So it's important that you guys understand that, because like I said, it's, you know, you don't want to get there and have a problem. So that is that. So the next thing that I want to show you guys here is the way the registry looks now, and so you guys can see, hopefully. And something else I noticed too is like the website is loading like super duper slow. So what I'm going to show you is just the bare meat bones of the system. I'm not going to show you all my information, but I just want to let you see that it is changed. So now you can see here, I only have 3 days left. I don't care that you guys know I only have 3 days left. I only have 3 days remaining, and you can see the other refill periods here. They're all in 45-day increments. So this doesn't mean that anything changed. You still have a 1-year recommendation, and it still resets every 45 days, and there is no rollover. What has changed now is that you can go in here now and look and see how many days are remaining, and it actually will add up right. I'm sure that I have 3 days remaining, because I know what I bought and I know what I was told the last time at the dispenser. This actually is accurate on my end. Does that mean it's going to be accurate on everybody's account? Absolutely not. It doesn't mean that. And so it doesn't mean that it's going to be accurate on everybody's account. It just means that, you know, it's more likely now that it will be updated, it will be accurate, and we'll be able to kind of know what's going on. Okay, on there. Yeah, happy 420 to you too, man. Can a man go eat? Making me hungry every time I read your name, except I'm not going to eat shit. I guess that's what that says. But yeah, like I said, it's a little bit harder for me now because I have to keep looking over this screen, and the print is teeny itty bitty, teeny tiny print for me to see y'all what y'all saying. But like I said, if you're on Facebook and you watch and you're watching, your comments will actually show up on the screen. Even after the video's over, the comments will still be captured. So this is just definitely an issue going on with the YouTube right now that is causing an issue. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and dive into some Yuzu Purple. And the other thing I want to talk to you guys about as well is that the fight for delivery has never ended. We're still fighting for delivery. We also know now that some of the cultivators have expressed support for not only delivery. Get this, we have cultivators on the record saying that they support home grow. So that's breaking news. We have Woodward that said that they support home grow according to their Instagram, and we also have Galena's who has come out openly and said that they support home grow according to their Instagram pages. So that is also something that is you know, unexpected, but not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. Yeah, I mean, you know, so that's pretty cool that some of the cultivators are supporting, you know, an expansion of the program, an improvement of the program, which would allow us to have delivery and potentially home grow. I mean, if we could get our program to have some of the same options that maybe our buddies up north have, but with the higher standards that we already have here, that might not be bad. I mean, because, you know, up north, the standards there aren't the same as ours, and we're a little bit stricter than they are up north. So, you know, and when I say stricter, I mean we're a little bit stricter on our quality than they are in other places. And that's just something. This is how Ohio comes out. I mean, remember, we're in a state where we're in a state where the government doesn't really like cannabis. They're not actually showing us that they're really for it, because they're just slow walking our program to a crawl by not allowing it to expand in other areas, so that we can have more shops, more cultivators, more processors, and delivery, and also the precious home grow that a lot of people say they're interested in. Okay, man. Legally, according to these, as some would state, overly regulated constitutional laws, what is the penalty for delivery? I have no idea, buddy. I mean, like I said, I know you're not in Ohio, so I don't know what the penalty is. All I know is it is illegal at this time. So, I'm not interested in even finding out what the penalty is, because I'm not interested in doing something that's illegal. So, I mean, I ain't try to go. We've seen people try to challenge the state law with constitutional laws, and that didn't work out so well for some people. So, basically, most of the time, the state gonna do what the state want to do, regardless of what the federal law is. It's federally illegal for cannabis at this time, but yet our state and many other states have legalized it for medical use, and in some cases for recreational use. So, I'm always going to look at what the state law is, and look at the federal law like, are you guys serious? Are you serious? That's how I look at federal law sometimes when it comes to cannabis. Are you serious? I mean, I'll give you a classic example. The DEA, for example, they issue licenses to dispensaries so they can operate. Well, DEA is federal. So the federal government, DEA, they're issuing licenses. It's a fact. It's a known fact. So to me, they've already been legalizing it the whole time. They're just picking and choosing where they allow it to happen at. We don't have that here. We don't have gifting here. That's something that happens like maybe up in Washington D.C., where they don't have the ability to sell cannabis in a retail setting. This is kind of problem that they had in Michigan when they first went recreational, where it was legal recreational, but they did not have a retail structure for the recreational side. Yeah, I don't know what the decriminalized limit for cannabis is exactly. If someone wants to go ahead and chime in and look that up, that may still be on there on the website somewhere, on some website about what you could carry and carry. I don't worry about the decriminalized limit because I have my card. So when you have your card, you don't have to worry about riding around with illegal materials. And even if you have your card and you get stopped with your containers not in the proper setting, you could still get in trouble for it. And if you're riding around with street weed and you got your card, you could still lose your card and get in trouble for it. So just because you have your card in Ohio doesn't give you clearance to go buy street weed and walk around with it and say it's medical. It don't work like that. Yeah, it might be something like that. Yeah, maybe in Colorado you probably can gift. I'm sure out west you can do all kind of stuff out there. Said in Illinois it's a misdemeanor. Okay. But yeah, like I said, the most important things today is just to understand that you need to go in there and log in and check your registry, check your days, and also check to make sure your phone number is listed in your profile, or that could prevent you from being able to buy stuff. Oh, it's definitely crazy to me, go. It just doesn't make sense to me at all. Let's see here. Oh, why did that do that? Yep. I'm just aggravated because I'm so used to having all my comments come up on the screen right now, and they're not. So it driving me a little bit crazy, guys. And I'm still trying to figure out like what happened with it, why it doesn't want to work. Sometimes technology just refuses to cooperate. And I think it's just something to do with some settings. That's all it is. And I've tried it numerous times and it still does not work. So yeah, for some reason I get an error message. But anyway, I can still see what you guys are saying. I just have to go to another place to see it. And Facebook, let me see. I don't see my Facebook comments coming up here either. Yeah, so sorry about that, guys. If you were talking to me on Facebook, I'm seeing that the comments wasn't working there either. It's just like today had a weird issue with the software, and that just makes everything weird as far as my engagement goes. But next week I'll have it fixed, because I'll be telling these cats if they can't fix it, they got to give me my money back. Oh, hi, Lorena. You said, what's my opinion of Cureleaf? Cureleaf. That sounds like, isn't that the place that owns I'm trying to think, what is Cureleaf? They own something. Help me out, Lorena. Cureleaf. I'm trying to think. Is that look, I had to look it up. Ohio Grown Therapies. Is that Cureleaf? Is that who owns them? Yeah, Cureleaf is actually who owns Ohio Grown Therapies. Because I had looked into this the day before. What's my thought about them is, you know, they're still stacking discounts. They can be kind of like cheaper on one thing and higher on the other. They only have one location as far as dispensaries goes. Seems like they might have been looking to have other businesses too, but I haven't been able to find something that says like they were going to have a cultivation facility, but I can't find it. So I don't know, you know, what's going on with them. I don't know anyone directly there with their company, so I really don't have a whole lot of insight other than I shop at Ohio Grown Therapies in Newark. I could say that you go there and usually it's faster than most other places because they're not really that busy all the time. Okay, where's my YouTubers? Okay. Yeah, am I medicating yet, Thin Lizzy? Yeah, I'm getting there. I am getting there. Like I said, I'm gonna do 2 rounds of yuzu and then I'm gonna do a dab. So yeah, you know, I just want to let you guys know we're still working on the bong party. You guys need to figure out what's a good day to have a bong party. Should we do Fridays? Should we do Saturdays? Should we do Sundays? What day is a good day to have a bong party? Also, on a more serious note, I would like to still organize a patient town hall meeting to discuss home grow and delivery. So that's going to be the next public meeting that I organize on Zoom. So if you're interested in having a more serious discussion about home grow and delivery, that's what we're going to be doing. It's not going to be a complaint session or wish session. We're just going to be focused on those 2 topics and trying to come up with a template and idea of how we can make it happen. And I'm thinking about inviting the board of pharmacy, the dispensaries, and even the cultivators and processors to this Zoom as well, so that we can get some input from them as to how realistic are our goals of delivering home grow and what exactly is their support for such a thing. I know that the main issue has constantly been a security issue, but I think with contactless payment, it's possible. Grape Diamonds, yeah, okay, that sounds good. That sounds good, Hermit. That sounds really good. I haven't had the Grape Diamonds yet, but I've heard about it. The GBT, no, that's another one I haven't had. And the Sherbtane is fairly new, so I haven't tried that either. There are, I've tried a lot of strains, you guys, a lot, and so it really, you know, I'm gonna make a list so you guys can figure it out. I mean, if I told you, I couldn't name them all in my head. I mean, there has to be at least 100 in this program that I have tried, and I have the container here to prove I tried it. So I just don't know anymore. It's like every time I look up, it's like there's three different gelatos, there's 3 different wedding cakes. Hey James, good to see you, brother. We having an issue with the on-screen comments, but I am monitoring comments. Facebook comments will show up on screen. YouTube comments are currently not showing up on screen, but you should still be able to see it in our chat box. And everybody else is still in there. So say hi to everybody, James. They still see you in there, buddy. James is on here. James from Lorraine. Cureleaf is a cultivator. What flower are they cultivating? What label are they cultivating under? Because I see on this website that they're cultivating, but I also see that they are the owners of Ohio Grown Therapies, Lorena. So I'm just curious, like, what flower is Cureleaf doing? I'm trying to think. Like, there's so many companies. There's so many products, and I'm thinking like Cureleaf. Who? I couldn't possibly think which cultivator that would be. They're doing vape pens. Okay, I haven't seen these. Then I don't believe you're gonna have to send me a picture, cause I haven't seen them yet. I knew that they were doing something. I know they have a facility. Wait, you got a wedding cake pod? Where'd that come from? There's a wedding cake pod? I haven't seen no wedding cake pod. Okay, Little Matt, you says consistent access to strain medicine that helps us is a great reason for home grow. Well, here's the thought process about that, Little Mac. If there's a strain that Woodward grows, for example, okay. Thanks, Lorena. You could always email me a picture or a link at ohiocannabislive@gmail.com. I'd love to talk to you more about that. I'm going to look into it myself because I want to know what their vape pens are like if they got them. I lost my train of thought. It seems to me like there has to be, you know, people have a strain they like. That's what I was saying. And, you know, you grow at home, that doesn't mean you're going to grow the same thing they're growing at the Woodward facility. No matter how great of a grower you may be, that doesn't mean you're going to grow the same genetic pheno and everything, unless you're getting a clone from Woodward, which is back to what I was suggesting in my home grow plan, was that we get clones and seeds from the actual cultivators. That way, if it's something we know has been helpful to us and that pheno is good and the terps are good, we can maybe get some kind of like kit that goes with, you know, gives us a clone or maybe seeds, whatever you want to do. That way you kind of know exactly where your seeds are coming from. I mean, you can get seeds from other places on the internet or wherever else, but you really have no idea what their performance is going to be unless you've been using it before in the past, which would be illegal. And so, you know, I'd rather deal with something I have some history knowing. It's like I would buy a car because I know what it's like. Or I'm gonna buy a burger from a certain restaurant because I know what it tastes like. Does that make sense? I mean, you could grow whatever you want at home, but that's not gonna make it taste like the same thing they grow at the store. You could try to make you a hamburger at the house, but unless you got the secret recipe from McDonald's, you're not gonna make it taste like the McDonald's burger, are you? Who has 41 different strains of flour? All right, peace out, can go, man. Okay, bye, Lizzie. Said you gotta go get taxes. Tax time. Woo, yeah, I'm glad I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, I was assuming we could buy seeds. Well, that's the idea for me, Little Mac, is that we can get home grow. I think it would be a good idea. I wouldn't necessarily want to start from seed. I would like to have that boost and have that clone that I know true, your clones are good. I would like to just have a couple nice clones And that way I don't have to go through the Germany. That allowed me to get my medicine faster, right, Little Mac? Doesn't that make sense? Wouldn't you rather have a clone over a seed, or are you a guy that you would rather have a seed or a clone? That we're gonna do a whole video about that, seed or clone. I think that's gonna be a video we're gonna do. Seed or clone, which one is better? I would like a clone, but I could grow from a seed. But you know, I'm not into growing stuff really. I'm more into coming up with new things. I mean, growing is an old ancient thing. I mean, anybody could grow something, I think, but to make it grow a certain way and to make it perform a certain way, I think that takes a craft, and I don't think that that's something that I have. But I totally support it 100%. You heard me on the record. Home grow, delivery, and more dispensaries is part of what I think we need. Cedar plant grown from a seed, huh? What do you, I thought you was leaving. Hey, Robert, good to see you on here, brother. Yes, sir. Yes. Robert is our patient advocate in our program, so make sure you say hi to him. He's glad he's here with us today. You know, since you're here, Robert, I mean, what do you say about the confusion that's going on with this phone number update? Seems a little bit confusing because, I mean, I don't know. People missing their phone number on their registry, that seemed like that would have been kind of like one of them required fields in the software that somebody was entering data in. So that would probably require some research as to how they could not have the phone number in there for all these people, if that's the case. But I don't know. Hey Jeepers, so you had a bad experience with Meigs County this week. You went over to Rise Detroit Avenue. You really wanted Meigs County, so I picked up their frigid cookies for $44. Okay, it was super dry. I fool you not, you couldn't handle it without falling apart and turning into dust. Wow. Our use of MJ should not be used to say we're crazy. Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. Hey, Miss Tiffany. Regardless if we currently register as a medical cannabis patient or marijuana, I totally can respect that. It's becoming a major issue as of today based on the email sent yesterday. Yes, because people are placing online orders on iHeartJane and they're receiving a text message telling them that the order has been canceled because their phone number is not on their profile. And it's, you know, super confusing. Okay, Brian, what account can you not get in, brother? Is that your iHeartJane account, or is it your registry? Because I did notice it was loading really slow as far as the registry goes. I think everybody is trying to check their days at the same time. That's more than likely probably what's happening. Okay, you said Kennaman says we only think of people as people in prison and jails. I mean, yeah, there is definitely, I agree with you, man. There is definitely a negative stigma associated with cannabis users, but it's getting better. I think we're making slow progress on that. The registry, okay. You had to give it some time, Brian. It's loading really slow, man. It's really slow. Hey, hippie smiles. I don't have as many days as it says I have. And did you use the calculator to check and make sure your recommendation's right? You can always call a dispensary, hippie smiles, and have them verify it for you. Okay, so I'm still following Jeepers. So, anyways, you went back to Rise yesterday and bought yourself some Bullseye Louis the 13. The clerk mentioned they had a swarm of upset customers because of the Meigs County frigid cookie situation. Anyways, stay away from frigid cookies, y'all, and Louis 13 is really good. Thanks for telling me, man. I need to know. Oh yeah, your CTR, man. That's your certified recommending physician, I believe. I was able to log in on Registry account, and I was able to call my home dispensary, and they were able to pull up my account. Yeah, I've noticed that there has been a slow crawl of. I think that there's maybe their system is overloaded, maybe their internet might be affected, their servers might be going down. I noticed a little bit of interference on my internet as well. We could be experiencing a nationwide attack on our services again. It's called a denial of service attack. That's where they disrupt internet all over the world and mainly in America. And so with all these things going on, let me just run a check real quick on diagnostic on my connection and see if I'm being affected by something here. It looks like I might be. Yes, I'm also being affected by whatever is happening to the internet. My internet connection is struggling all of a sudden. You said when I call after. Hold on, I want to see what you said, man. Hold on, Robert. You said when you call after being turned away this morning, I was advised that it isn't a new requirement and they thought it was a small issue. Yeah, I bet they thought it was a small issue. I've had a hit and miss with Meigs County. You know, it was all right. I mean, it just depends, you know, what you get. But you telling me stay away from the frigid cookies. I got that loud and clear, jeepers. If you ever get a chance, Anthony, see if really go try that wedding cake pod. But okay, but you're not telling us where the wedding cake pod came from, James. I don't know who's making a wedding cake pod. Anyway, do you mean layer cake? Because wedding cake and is that what you're talking about? Because the layer cake is mixed between wedding cake and GMO tea skunk. I had to look at my, you know, I keep a layer cake handy at all times. Not even opened. Okay. I raised a question as to why patients weren't notified first and could not get an answer. Okay, so yeah, I understand the frustration now because, like I said, it seems to me like this was a very poor planned decision to do this. And then, like I said, I'm not finding people's phone numbers missing. Robert, was your phone number actually missing from the profile? Does anyone looked at their registry and saw that their phone number is missing? If you're watching this on the replay later tonight, please go ahead and comment anyway so we can keep a total to find out exactly if there are people who are looking at their profile and for some stupid reason their phone number is missing. I just don't think that it is. But stranger things has happened. So it's not impossible. Okay, so you said you got it from Rise Lorraine, and you're saying wedding cake. Do you mean layer cake? James, confirm that for me. Cannabis, Illinois considers anyone disproportionately affected by the war on cannabis if arrested for possession now. I think only if over 30 grams of flower or 5 grams concentrate of 500 milligrams of THC, even over that. That is illegal for non-state residents, but yeah, they expunging records. So then people get evidence they were disproportionately affected. Now, see, we can learn from what you're telling us, can a man go eat? Because, you know, even though he's in Illinois, he's watching our channel, he's watching it, and he's giving us an insight to what he's seeing in his program. Even though he's not necessarily a patient of the Illinois program, he's still giving us information that helps us kind of understand some of the other things that could happen, you know, in our program. So I really do appreciate you being here, Can a Man Go Eat? Because like I said, that gives us a little bit insight onto other programs and how we can and maybe help you make decisions about what you're doing, even in Illinois. So, and you also can tell people there, hey, you know, I watch this guy in Ohio and you guys think it's bad in here. Look at Ohio, they're really having problems, you know. Okay, so hey Jordan, did you get an issue where you were sent a text message telling you that your order was canceled at Strawberry Fields, Jordan? Because I had that, we had that issue. Okay, so it's a wedding cake pod and no layer cake. So what is it? Who makes that? I want to know what company makes the pod you're talking about. I've never seen a wedding cake pod. A vape cart, yes, but no pod. So if you're saying you have a wedding cake pod, I would like to know which company it came from. Okay, your phone number was missing. Your doctor, James Weeks, notified me today with instructions to edit it and additionally save it to my account. Okay, so it is possible then. Thanks for letting us know that, medical marijuana patient care. That definitely will help people who are watching this video later on the replay. So there is a possibility that you could be missing your number. And if you're watching this video right now today, you should definitely be checking it, because you don't want to get in the position that my girlfriend was in today, where we're like on our way there and have to pull over on the side of the road and look at the registry and the matrix and figure out like if the number is really missing, and it really wasn't. So, you don't want to go through that stress. It's only a ticket to possess up to 100 grams in all of Ohio for anyone. I'm gonna say to that question, it varies by location, man. It's not an exact science in Ohio. I mean, like in Cincinnati and Hamilton County, they put out a letter a long time ago, like we were still gonna be doing stuff to people. So it's really kind of difficult to determine. We need a universal standard, and I think there supposedly is one, but I am not exactly knowledgeable on it, so I'm not going to speak on something I don't have certain knowledge of. I'm aware of some decriminalization in a certain limit, but I do not want to speculate on what the exact amount is. If anyone else in the group, in the chat here, knows the correct answers or would like to paste a link to the correct answers into the comments, feel free to go ahead and do so, because it's always a learning experience, even for me. I can't sit up here and say I know everything about everything, because that's certainly not true. I already did miss this one up. I finally found my box. It's wedding cake for people. All y'all watching, but you still did not tell us today. Okay, butterfly effects. Okay. I was getting ready to say, man, I thought it was something you had come up with, something new that hadn't hit the market yet, man. So you had me excited. I was about to be like, man, I might have to make a trip to Rise, man. If you got a wedding cake pod, that just sounds like something I want to try. No, I don't want to try any more Luster pods. Arrived for pickup and was told I need to update as well as everyone else in line. Whoa. Woo, what strawberry fields was this one, Jordan? Whoa. Oh, wow. Today? This is today, too? Oh, man. Oh, hey, Robert. No worries, man. It's just a pleasure to have people here to talk to. It helps me out. I'm having a really tough time with pain, so I really have to, I got somebody sending, why am I sending them average-looking weed? People just be like messing with me, They know I'm live, so they send me a text message in the middle of my live because they're going to read the text message live. Good trick there, good sir. But you already know that Mastamynd does not use average cannabis, sir. Just in case you are watching, you know who you are to send me that text message. Maybe your iPhone downgraded the picture. That's probably what happened. Can employers still drug test employees in Ohio? Great question. The answer to that is absolutely yes. And you could still lose your job right now if you are using cannabis, Mastamynd Go E. So that is something that I feel very strongly about as far as patient rights and patient protections. Okay, Dayton. Wow. Okay, my hometown. Oh, man. Dayton Strawberry Fields. Guys, what do y'all need me to do to help y'all get better down there, man? I think y'all need to really, really reinvent the location. I think you guys, I love that building. I love the Oregon district, but I think you guys should relocate to a different building where you have more space, more room, and a bigger parking lot. I really do. I think Strawberry Fields is a decent company, and they're still stacking discounts higher than most shops are, but they're just overwhelmed. And I seen Verdant go through the same thing, and now maybe they're not so much overwhelmed because everybody's going to Strawberry Fields. But Dayton is definitely small, and I'm from Dayton, Ohio. For folks who didn't know that, so I understand some frustration. I have been there and seen how long the lines are personally, so I definitely know that what Jordan is telling us is 100% factual. And you know, we're gonna have to call some more dispensaries, but this time we're gonna have some help. I thought I had it sitting right here, but now you're gonna see I've got a new show coming out, and it's gonna be me and my Echo Dot having a conversation about cannabis. So you're not gonna want to miss that show, because it will be different, because we will be talking to a computer about our questions, and we will be seeing what kind of answers. I'm not saying the name because I don't want it to hear me, but you know what an Echo Dot is. So it'll be an interesting conversation. Hippie Smile says Strawberry Fields messed up my order 3 times already. Man, it is. You're right, Can a Man Go Eat? It is BS for sure. Yeah. Now Strawberry Fields Logan, man, they done put up little curbside parking. They done actually created a new parking lot on the side of the building, and you know, they have been debating for a long time about making a drive up on the side of the building and be the first dispensary to do that. Now, they ain't officially, no one from the company that owns the company officially told me that. That's just something a worker told me there. So I took that, you know, with a grain of salt. It's wishful thinking, and under the emergency rules for curbside, drive-up windows was authorized. So I would like to see some dispensaries get innovative and things. I also want to let you guys know that Pure Ohio London, they have where you order on iHeartJane, and when you get there, you just click on I'm here. Now, something else I want to talk about before I leave today, because it's been something I've been watching, and I'm aware of this. So let me log in here so I can get to exactly to where I want to be here. Hold on. And let me see. Hold on. But what I want to talk about is that there's a possibility, guys, and I'm still investigating this on my own, that there is a tax issue with the receipts. So what I mean by that is that the totals ain't coming out right. So I'm the type of person, before I go to a dispensary, I order my stuff and I do all the taxes, I do all my discount calculations at home, and I write them down, so I have it ready. So when I go to the dispensary, I have exact change. And you know, I've noticed that I went to a couple places and my calculations didn't match their calculations. So, you know, in talking with a few other people, I found out that some other people were having the same problem, and they weren't able to figure it out. So it just drove me crazy. I was like, man, what is it? Why can't we figure this out? And I'm going to show it to you guys, and I'm going to let you guys do the math on it. Tell me what you think, and we'll talk more about it here on the other side. Comments, I will not see them all right now, but like I said, I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to make this bigger so you guys can see this. By the way, we are on Reddit. If you want to check out my Reddit, it's nothing special. I'm not trying to take the steam from anybody else's Reddit, but I got Reddit. We're on here, and so this, you know, this person posted a receipt on here. I don't know what dispensary it is. Doesn't really matter. But the problem is, and let me scroll up, take this comment off so you can see the whole picture. So what I want you to do, all I want you to do is take the information that you see here on the screen and I want you to do the math on it. Now, the sales tax for this particular transaction should be 7.25%. So all you need to do is take the subtotal of $290 and subtract the total discount of $22.50. That'll give you your correct subtotal, and then do your sales tax calculation however you normally do it, and then look at the total you receive and look at the total of the receipt and look at the total amount of tax that you come up with, and notice that those amounts don't match. And again, just to repeat, the tax rate that I'm giving you for this area is 7.25%. And all I want y'all to do at some point is just to tell me whether you think these numbers add up right. The total is $287.16. I've already calculated this, and it doesn't add up to this total. So what I'm saying with that is, do the math on that one, and do the math on your own receipts, and check your receipts, and make sure your totals match what you calculate to be your math, your tax rate for where you live at. And always look at it like this: every dispensary that's doing it right, when you calculate your total will match theirs when you arrive. If you get there and your total doesn't match what you calculated at home with your own calculator or your own math that you know is great, challenge it. Do not pay it. If it doesn't add up right, do not complete the transaction. Math is math. There's no opinion to numbers. Okay? If your numbers ain't matching theirs, something is clearly not right. And I just want to make sure that I covered that. I've heard some talk, but I've looked into this myself, and I do believe that there is a problem with the sales tax that are being charged at various dispensaries. Let me get my comments back up here on YouTube. Okay, I got some. I've had the purple Hindu hermit. How do you like that? I mean, I think it was all right. I think it was very flavorful. I really like the purple Hindu flavors. It's about to be 4:20 in some POTs, including the entire time zone called the Central Standard Time Zone. All right, okay. It's 7:10 in some. Okay, giving us all these time zones, man. We're invested with our time zones. Little Mac taxes are still unclear by law. Last I read, no, actually that's not correct. Little Mac taxes are very clear. The sales tax are the sales tax. That's if you go buy something at the store, like you go buy a video game. I'll use that as an example. You're going to pay sales tax on that item. Depending on where you live at in Ohio, your sales tax will vary. The state sales tax by itself is 5.75%. So whatever your local county tax is added in to be the total combined tax. And that's how it is. So in the receipt that I showed you, the total combined tax, which is the state tax of 5.75 and the local county tax together, is 7.25% or 7.25. Some people like to say it like that. And based on those numbers and based on that tax rate, the rate on that receipt doesn't add up correctly. It's not being taxed at the 7.25 rate. That's what we've come to the conclusion as, is why it's not adding up right. Okay, make sure I didn't miss anything else. Yeah, exactly, James. Math never lies. I mean, basically they can change at the time until an official number is agreed on. No, that's not correct, Little Mac. Basically, the tax rates are set in stone by whatever locality. So, you know, if a dispensary is in a particular county, I'm going to use Franklin County as an example because that's where I'm at, then the sales tax for all businesses in that area are going to be the same. And ours is 7.5% to give you an example. So there's no people making choices about it. It has to be a certain rate. They don't get to pick it. You can't change it a little bit. You can't round it up, round it down. the tax rate is set, you know, for the purchases, wherever and that money is paid to the government. So it's a set rate that they collect. Absolutely, sir. And yeah, it's not, you know, it's actually what you could do to get the correct amount is you could run the tax. You could take that receipt and you could put in a tax rate of 7.35, and you will actually get the correct amount that they have on the receipt, which is not right. I actually know for a fact that it's incorrect. So it's just an example of a mistake, so people can see what a mistake looks like. So if they see their receipt and it doesn't add up, it could be any receipt. If you calculate it right and it doesn't add up right, it's something wrong with the calculation. So you know, it seems to me this is more than likely a programming error, and you know, from a technical side, you know, somebody's probably in deep trouble right now because they done screwed up the tax rates on the software. So you know, it's something out there that people need to be aware of and to pay attention to. You know, how is it going to be resolved? I really haven't found out yet. I'm still looking into that. I think it's a big problem, but I don't know how big of a problem it is because I can only go on what I've seen myself. But I've seen enough receipts to know that it is something that's happening. No, Ohio's state sales tax is 5.75%. And just to confirm that with you guys, I'm going to let you see it in writing, plain English, on the state's website. See, that's the state sales tax rate is 5.75%, and then there's additional tax, which is the county tax, which is different in each county. And no, I don't know. Some counties are using the same one, and some are not. So there's no fudging it around. It is what it's supposed to be. And you know, if you see your receipts wrong, you should definitely contact the dispensary and make them aware of it so they can make the proper changes to correct whatever the problem is. So yeah, I definitely want y'all to make sure y'all understand that. I looked into it because my math never came out right. I have every receipt since it started and the years change. Taxes. Yes, that is also right, Lil Mac. There were changes. The program started in 2019. Some places, I'll give you an example. For Cincinnati, Hamilton County area, their taxes went up this year. So they had a tax increase of 0.08. So now, 0.8. So now their tax is 7.8, but it was actually lower than that before. I believe it was 7%, and then they raised it this year. So even looking at that type of situation, you would have to, depending on what dispensary you're dealing with there, Little Mac, you would need to look and see if the tax rate has changed over years. You need to know what your county tax rate is. I can tell you if you want me, if you will put your county in there, I'll tell you what your county tax rate is for you right now. Look it up. But you know, I think it's just confusion because people don't really think to stop and calculate taxes properly. They just go with whatever they're told. And, you know, not everybody is sitting at home like me calculating, trying to figure it down to the dollar. But I'm a budget person and I'm very limited on my money. So I have to calculate everything down to the dollar, penny, nickel, and every little detail. Including how much gas it takes me to drive from one dispensary to another or to my house to another. I calculate all those things. So to me, it definitely indicates that, you know, we need to be more careful in auditing our receipts. I'm going to do some more videos about best practices, things that I do to make sure that my transactions don't go crazy and that I don't have to get all upset and frustrated, because I've been through it, and it's not a good thing for a person in the program to go through unnecessary stress and turmoil and frustration. And also, it's not healthy for people who have high anxiety like I do. Could people bring flour from Michigan back to Ohio? No, that's actually illegal under federal law, and the state of Ohio has not completed an agreement with Michigan to allow transport from one place to another. Initially, there was some alleged agreement that was allowed to happen before dispensaries opened, and that agreement is still kind of a mystery, and by understanding, the agreement is not active at this time. So if you was to travel to Michigan and buy a product there and bring it back over to Ohio, you would be committing a crime. But according to Ohio, as long as it's MMJ patients or one registered in Ohio, it's MJ you transport to Ohio. No, that's not correct. You have to purchase the Ohio medical cannabis in Ohio. So if you were transporting it to Michigan, like if you took your Ohio medical cannabis to Michigan, you're still crossing state lines with the product. Technically, they could still say that's a felony. Whether they would do anything about it would be kind of like, obviously it's fully legal in Michigan, and there's no you can possess up to 2.5 ounces on your person in Michigan at any given time. So, I mean, most people in the program from Ohio are not riding around with more than that on their person at any given time. I hope not. I hope you're not riding around with all of your 45-day supply of your car with you everywhere you go. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Andy B. Yeah, they accept our card. They're happy to take our money, but we don't recognize them. Michigan patients can't come here and buy, and I think that's a lost revenue stream. We should be recouping some of the money back and getting it back into our accounts. I think. I really do. I really do. Some people live in their car. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And, some people, keep their stuff in their car because they don't trust the people in their house. So, those are those tough situations. People have to do what they have to do to protect their property. And I can respect that. I mean, I've been homeless before, so I know what it's like to be homeless and living in the car. I've lived in the car and been homeless before, so I know what that's like. I know what it's like to wash up in a Speedway sink. Yeah, see, Andy, that was the big update that I was talking about at the beginning of the show, is that was corrected. The problem now is with something totally different, whereas the website is loading up really slow, and there's this issue with phone numbers that are somehow missing from the registry for some reason. So those are the issues that are going on with the system, but the day count issue has actually been resolved. I don't know exactly what day that they resolved it, but I did check it today, and mine and a few other people I know have told me that theirs is now corrected. So, if yours hasn't been corrected yet, I would just certainly give it a little bit more time. I did know this was coming. However, I did not want to talk about it because I was not sure when it was coming. So I did not let people know. But I was told about 2 weeks ago that it was going to be fixed. So maybe 3 weeks ago. So now it actually is fixed. All right. Yeah, government websites. That's why it's like loading, right, Andy? It's like loading. So yeah, it's definitely needs some improvement there. I mean, but yeah, like I said, it's a little bit more helpful to me and a lot of people who don't want to sit on hold trying to call a dispensary to ask them a 5-second question, 5-minute question. They got to log into your account, verify information. When I could have just hit log in on my account, tell me. I wish I could see everything. We should be able to access our own ORs. People have a file on our information and everything we're doing that we don't have access to. And I still have a problem with that. I feel like whatever they're seeing, I should be able to see it too. It is my money. It's my information and it's my medicine. So I don't understand why I'm restricted access to a database that's keeping information on me that other people who don't even have anything to do with medical cannabis can access. Like people at the Kroger pharmacy can access what you bought at the dispensary, but you can't log into your own account and access it. I have a huge problem with that. And, you know, Board of Pharmacy people, if you're watching, I mean, you really need to correct that issue, because to me, you're restricting information that could be very useful in auditing purposes to make sure there are no mistakes made, and also allowing patients to have an understanding of what medicine is actually working for them and what is not. It's kind of like when I get my utility bill, I kind of get an idea how much energy I'm using. And I think that that's the same kind of barometer that we should have when we're looking at our cannabis purchases. You know, which ones are we buying a lot of? I don't have time to count jars and receipts. I just like to look at it online, and keeping a lot of receipts is a lot of paper and a lot of storage and a lot of containers, as you see back here behind me. And we ain't even gonna get into the recycling problem, that we should be able to do something about that as well. Stay tuned for that. I know some people are working on that. So there could be some recycling coming in the program very soon, in short order. I'm just reading what you're saying. Okay, recycling. Yeah, recycling would be great. I mean, it certainly would be. And it's something that I think Ohio's going to have someday. Someday, over the rainbow, there will be homegrown and delivery. No, I cannot sing. But I had to say that for all you homegrown and delivery lovers out there. Yeah, I'm medicated, and I'm going to do one more with you guys before I go. And you guys go ahead and load up your devices. Let's do one more for the Friday before the snowstorm, because according to your 420 forecast, I have been told a lot of snow is coming. And you should be making sure that you purchase some salt, that you have your snow blowers ready to go, and that you have your phones charged, that you have gas in your car, because gas prices are up. And you need to make sure that if you need stuff from the dispensary, you need to get that done early tomorrow before the weather starts to deteriorate. And if you haven't already, because I can tell, Mastermind knows, if you haven't already, make sure you do me a humongous favor and go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I really, really need y'all to go ahead and do that. I'm trying to get 2,000 subscribers. I know a lot of you have already done this, so thank you again for already hitting that button. Make sure you hit the like button on this video if you're watching on YouTube, and make sure you do me a big favor if you're watching it on Facebook, that you go ahead and share it to your favorite cannabis group so that other members can watch this and get the information. Because like I said, I think the whole idea is to make sure that we have fun here, that we learn here, and that we also get information that we can all find beneficial in making decisions in the Ohio Cannabis Program and abroad and anywhere else. And I also want to make sure that I thank everybody who has been coming and doing live guest appearances on my show. And it is still open now that I went ahead and locked in the software. If you would like to come on the show and talk about your own topics in cannabis, I would love to have you here. And you want to tell us, you know, how cannabis has affected your life, or for the good or the best, worse. I'll be here to listen, and we'll all be here to listen. We're all family here. And that's how I like to look at this situation with us being here on Facebook and YouTube every Friday. Hey, JR, what temp do you set your packs on for ground material? That's a great question. See, I love great questions like that. For me, what I like to do is I like to go with 370. Let me connect my app real quick, and I'll just double check where I'm at. Let's see here. Yep, connect the packs. You have to shake this, shake it. And then it'll go blue. You can't really tell that's blue, but it's blue. And then I go to my devices, and then I go to my packs, and there we go. Now right now, actually, I have it on 380, JR. And I have it set to flavor mode because, you know, I love those terps. But if you're not getting the vapor that you want, you might want to go ahead and put it in boost mode. And for those people who are using iPhones, all you gotta do is get a cheap tablet or a cheap $10, $20 phone from somewhere. They're laying around out there, believe it. And just use it just for your packs, because it's worth having the app to control the temperature, and I mean, to a certain degree. And also, it's worth it to get it on the right mode, whether you want it on boost and you want a lot of vapor, or you just want to put it in efficiency because you don't want to smell up your house. There's different things you can do to minimize the odor from your packs as well. I will be doing some more educational videos about my packs, because I think it'll be useful to those who are kind of on the fence whether to invest in such a device. And I do realize it is not for everybody. But I also will be getting myself, because my birthday is coming up, I'm going to get myself a new bong for the bong party, and I'm going to be doing some dabs the traditional way. I get you guys will love to see that, won't you? So make sure you stay tuned for that. No freckled emojis. See, I wish this stuff was coming up on my screen right now, what you guys are saying. You guys are over there having a good time in the chat over there. If I had my own grow my own weed, I'd never smoke if I kill the plants. Okay. No brown hearts. I used to have a PAX, and if it was fun and so pretty. Well, what happened to your PAX, hippie? What happened? How you been feeling, JR? I'm glad you stopped in today. I'm wondering where you was at, man. I didn't see you on here earlier. Yeah, I missed my comments, man. Yeah. Look, I'm just like, it's driving me so crazy. Like, where is my comments? I'm gonna show you guys how crazy it's driving me right now. Oh man. That's how crazy it is. That's the comments over there that you can see on the right hand side. You guys can't see those tiny little things. Now you know what I'm looking at. Ah, notification error. See, I'm sorry about that, brother. Just remember, it's always 420. So around 420, 425, 426, 445, 455, 505, 501, and 520, we gonna still probably be on here. Nah, I don't know, man. That's a little bit beyond my skill set right there. The questions you asking there, can a man go eat? You get it to a whole nother genre there, brother. Well, all right, guys. Before I go, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys, I'm gonna be here next week, and we're working on some new guests, and hopefully we'll be bringing on some more doctors. I've got some CBD only reviews coming. I did this this web Zoom thing with Dr. Bridget, and a few other people went with me to it as well, and they sent us some free samples of the CBD products. So these are the ones that you can buy on her website. So you know, I'm going to check them out. Tell you guys what I think about them, show you what it looks like in the little sample box that you sent, and you know, anybody can sign up for her webinars and you know, get a free sample box. So I'll make sure that I'll give that information to you if you're interested in trying purely CBD only, no THC products that are actually from Ohio. So that was the only reason I was interested in it, because I'm interested in supporting local and trying things that are coming from our own state and not just from some unknown source. So If you want to know more about that, let me know. I'll happily provide you with the information. And then, like I said, at some point, me and I think another patient, we're gonna let you guys see what we think about it. We're gonna try it out and see. You know, I'm not really experienced in CBD only things, so it'll all be new to me because I'm just used to getting things that are within the program, and I've never tried anything hardly that was, you know, outside of any medical program as far as CBD goes. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So again, I thank you guys for being here with me with this Friday. Thanks for the support, Mr. Brown. I really appreciate you being here. I'm glad you're doing better. You might be able to connect with the person who started CBD movement in Columbus. Now that would be awesome. I would love to talk to that. So yeah, that's great. And if you want to have some people come on that you think are going to help us learn, you know, just email me at ohiocannabislive@gmail.com. We're all learning here. This is not a know-it-all station. This is a learning station, but also we're going to have fun too. So stay tuned for updates on the Bong Party progress. And we also will be doing movie night on Facebook for your Facebook viewers. We will be doing a special followers and subscribers only movie night on Facebook. And the Bong Party will be for subscribers and people who are on Facebook as well, who are in any of the other groups, and also my people on Reddit. I ain't forgot about y'all folks on Reddit. Or shout out to my folks on Discord. I'm on Discord now, so if you guys are using Discord, I am also on Discord under Ohio Cannabis Live, and I'm also on that group as well. So shout out to my Discord folks who are I'm still learning what that's like. And I am on Twitch and I am on TikTok as well, but I don't know what I'm going to be doing on there just yet, so you'll have to help me figure that out. You can also find me on WeedTube if you've ever been there. I am also on WeedTube. So at the side yard. Okay, I got motion detected at the side yard, so I'm gonna have to let y'all go, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.